How you doing? It's Brian from Honeywell Homes. This is my colleague Chris Parks, and today we're here to talk to you about fill valves and backflow preventers.
Brian, we've got a couple fill valves and backflow preventers in our product lineup. So the first is something that I think a lot of people have seen before. This is our standard fill valve and backflow. So it's just a basic double check backflow preventer combined with an atmospheric vent, which then leads into your pressure regulating valve or your fill valve, as a lot of times we call it in the boiler world. What this does is it's factory set to about 15 psi, and it reduces the pressure going into your boiler system, so you make sure that you maintain static pressure. One thing that I would suggest on this is always shutting off the incoming water to make sure that you don't end up masking a leak if somebody hit a tube or something with a nail that ends up showing itself a little bit down the road.
It looks like you can put a gauge on right there, the little gauge port.
You can. This one comes with a gauge port on it, so that's what this black plug is for, so you don't have to use it, but it's always nice to check the pressure here, because a lot of times at the boiler, the pressure gauge that comes with those can be a little bit finicky.
Okay.
So what you can do with this is simply remove this plug and add a pressure gauge, and now you're reading the pressure at the point of source instead of somewhere else in the system.
I like it.
And this also comes with a shutoff down here in the bottom as well. So if you didn't install a shutoff valve on the line coming in, you can always just close that right there, and that will essentially shut off the valve as well.
So this looks like the upgradable version of that one?
Brian, this is our NK300S fill valve and backflow. So what this does is we've added a bunch of functionality to it. The first is we talked about how we could add a pressure gauge to this one. Well, this one we've gone ahead and thrown the pressure gauge in. So It comes with the pressure gauge ready to read your pressure. We also have a couple of isolation valves here. The reason we have two of them on here is because you can take this completely apart and service every aspect of this valve. So there's no need to rip it out and just replace a fill valve or backflow assembly when you can take it apart and actually replace the guts. Just as an example, this top piece can come out, and I've already loosened this a little bit, but you can take the first check assembly out as well as the sediment screen.
That's huge.
It absolutely is, Brian, because one of the big killers on our backflows and fill valves is essentially sediment deposits coming in. So if that sediment screen on this gets plugged up, there's not a whole lot you can do about it. With this one, you can take it out, clean it, put it back together, as well as your check valves. If you get any sediment, gunk in here, you can basically clean it out, put it back together, and get back into normal operation.
Looks like that's a press version.
This is our press version. We also sell this in a sweat and threaded configuration as well.
Okay.
So depending on the type of piping method that you're going with and the tools that you want to use, yeah, we've got it in just about every configuration that you could run into.
This product can be purchased individually or also can be purchased with our tank kits. If you need more information on this product and any other products, please go to jacksonsystems.com.